Occasionally, we all have to deal with conflict, so learning how to effectively manage and resolve conflict is an invaluable skill to have. Conflict resolution is a way for two or more parties to find a peaceful solution to a disagreement. There are 5 conflict resolution management styles. No matter the style, neither is necessarily better than the other. Each style has pros and cons, and each can be useful depending upon the situation. This scenario and corresponding assessment are intended to help you identify your typical response to conflict and to make you aware of the other conflict management styles you can use, depending upon the situation. Remember, each style has its pros and cons, and neither is necessarily better than the other.
Hey everyone, good news. Our neighborhood association just won a $5,000 grant for our neighborhood youth chess program.
Look, I'm not trying to be negative or anything, but I think that money should go to the school. We're already having a hard enough time recruiting kids. We wouldn't even have a chess club if it wasn't for us. I teach at that school, and I spent a lot of time working on this last week.
I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that. We probably could designate the money to the school. It's probably not too late.
I can't believe this group. You guys are just so greedy.
Anyone want some water? It's nice and cold.
We're not getting anywhere with this conflict. Look, I understand what you're saying. We just don't want you to be mad.
Hey guys, we probably should move on to our next agenda item, and that's fixing the bandstand.
I think it could be a compromise. We could use the extra funds to pay the chess instructor every week. We're providing snacks to the kids. We can go down to the dollar store and get some chess boards. I'd be willing to make the snacks. That way we can save them some extra funds and have stipends for the teachers for recruiting. What do you think about that?
Typically, people using the competing style of conflict resolution value their goals over relationships, meaning that if forced to choose, they would seek to achieve their goals even at the cost of the relationship involved. They typically are more concerned with accomplishing their goals than with being liked by others. Collaborating with others involved in a conflict is another form of conflict resolution. People utilizing this approach generally value their goals and their relationships. Conflict is viewed as a problem to be solved, and they seek a solution that achieves both their goals and the goals of the other person, which in turn can improve a relationship by reducing tensions between others. There is the accommodating approach to conflict resolution. People employing this approach tend to value relationships over their own goals, so if forced to choose, they will sacrifice their own goals in order to maintain relationships. They generally want to be liked by others, so they prefer to smooth over a conflict to prevent damaging relationships. Some people avoid conflict altogether. Avoiding confrontation is more important than either their goals or relationships. It is easier for them to withdraw from a conflict than to face it, which means they may be willing to completely give up relationships or goals that are associated with conflict. The compromising approach to conflict resolution is used by people concerned with both their own goals and their relationships with others. They seek a solution in which both sides gain something, the middle ground between two extreme positions. They are willing to sacrifice part of their goals in order to find agreement for the common good. Which conflict management style seems most similar to you and your style? Take the 5 conflict management styles assessment and see where you fall. Sometimes it becomes necessary to reframe a question or comment in a way that removes value-laden language, which can often be taken as a personal attack against someone. In the next few scenarios, Josie, a New South neighborhood community leader, uses reframing to diffuse potentially major conflicts.
Frank never lets me have a say with the garden project. I've given him a million ideas, and it's nothing.
So what I think I hear you saying that it's been hard for each team member to have equal input, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Here's another example of reframing.
Man, she's crazy. Every time I try to talk to her about the new housing complex, she just yells at me and slams the door in my face.
So you want to have a conversation where you're really listened to, right?
That's it.
Eliminating personal attacks is a form of reframing, which is a great way to minimize conflict. In this example, Josie reframes the angry person's remarks in a way that can actually help move the community project along.
I mean, he's so irresponsible. He was supposed to secure all the rentals for the annual potluck, and he's only done a portion of the work.
So maybe he just needs help getting everything done.
In this example, Josie guides the meeting participants from remarks that could be perceived as a personal attack against someone.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending this session today. Today, we will be talking.
Judy is irresponsible and unprofessional.
So it seems like you have specific ideas on how your committee responsibilities with Judy could be handled in a more professional and responsible manner. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Finding common ground is another form of reframing.
If he treated me with the respect I deserve, I might be willing to work with him.
So it seems like there's a communication problem. So let's figure out a way to get both of you together so that you can discuss your shared ideas that both of you have. Is that cool?
Okay, can you arrange that?
Let's make it happen.
I like that. Thank you.
Here's another example of finding common ground.
Hey, is everything okay, Karen?
Sally always blames me when things don't go well, like nothing is ever her fault.
Well, Sally is just as passionate as you are about the success of the community and also the quality of programs that are being offered. Maybe the two of you should get together and discuss both of your ideas and concerns.
Okay.
Learning conflict resolution requires a lot of work and practice, but the benefits of conflict resolution are well worth it. Working through conflict can actually build strong relationships, help individuals gain new insights, spawn creative solutions to problems, and help achieve goals that will benefit everyone involved in the process. Resolving conflicts helps people think in terms of we and us, rather than me or I, because in the end, it's all about achieving a common goal. Goals achieved as the result of effective conflict resolution often creatively combine bits and pieces of various points of view, which can lead to a unique and effective solution.